Hi, I'm Matt from Ludobox, and today I am going to give you an overview of Haru Ichiban. So this is a placement game for 2 players ages 8 and up, and it plays for around 20 minutes. So Haru Ichiban has us as gardeners trying to make the most beautiful pond using water lilies of our color. So we have the pink gardener and the yellow gardener. And the shapes that we're trying to achieve are very simple. We just need, for example, 4 water lilies like this, so in a square. It would give us 1 point. Or we could have a line, for example, like this. We have 4 in a line. That would be 2 points, as indicated by the player helps here. You can make a diagonal line, which is worth 3 points with 4 lilies. And if you manage to have a diagonal line that's 5 lilies long, you win the game and earn 5 victory points. This is the ultimate goal of the game, reaching 5 victory points. If you don't reach 5 victory points in a round, you could play a few rounds to get there. So placing the lilies is another story, which I'm going to tell in a moment. So we all have 8 lilies that are numbered 1 to 8, and we have 3 in front of us, and we can look at these ones. The other ones, not so much. So we choose a lily, we choose a flower, and we're going to look at it and maybe play it, and we reveal them at the same time. So this is very important because it determines what you're going to do on your turn. The smaller lily, here 3, is going to be the junior gardener, and the higher lily is going to be the senior gardener. And everyone has different responsibilities. So, for example, the junior gardener would play first, but he would have his flower bloom on the dark leaf here. There will always be a dark leaf. So then the senior gardener will have to place his lily, his flower, anywhere on the board because he's so skilled and good at what he does. So for example here, like the space, what can I say? Then the junior gardener would benefit from a fresh spring wind, the Haru Ichiban. And this is where it gets interesting. You get to move 1 lily or 1 group of lilies by 1 square. And this is very important to change the layout of the board. For example, like this, or I don't know, like this, for example. I could make 5 line here. So this is really important. And then the senior gardener would have a last action, the very last action of the turn, and it would be to flip 1 of the leaves onto the dark side. So we always have a darker lily. Then comes another round. We just draw another random flower and choose from our 3 and reveal and rinse and repeat. If we ever have matching values, so 1 and 1 here, what we do is that we try to imitate the sound of a frog. We croak. And the first to croak would put his, let's say it's pink, he would put his flower on his frog token and move his frog token because, well, there is a flower. You can't have a frog and a flower in the same space. And then yellow would do the same, and that would be it. This is very important because as soon as you make a shape that scores points, the round stops and you score a point. So for example, let's say if I had this, for example, and that we croak, and that I croak first, I get to do this, which makes a 4 line, which scores 2 points. So that's the end of it. Yellow doesn't have the opportunity to do anything. I score 2 points where we remove everything and then start anew. So that's it. You know almost everything about Haru Ichiban. So play well, garden well, I don't know, maybe have a bath with frogs.